Man, I still remember that moment in the closing room, the realtor sliding over that final stack of papers, grinning like she'd just handed us the keys to freedom, and saying, "Congrats. Folks, the house is yours." My chest cracked wide open, like I'd been holding my breath for 35 years and finally got to exhale. For the first time ever, I wasn't renting time, I owned space. My space. A 2-story red brick beauty with a porch that wrapped around the front like it was hugging us hello. My wife Jenna squeezed my hand so hard I thought she'd break a knuckle, tears shining in her eyes. While our kids, Mason and Harper, crawled under the conference table, turning it into a secret fort. Even the lawyer looked misty, though I swear he just loved watching people get emotional over paperwork. Best part, no homeowners association. Jenna swore by it. She's in real estate. Seen too many nightmares. Calls HOAs tiny dictatorships with a paint chip fetish. And yeah, I laughed until I heard about folks getting fined $500 for shutters one shade off, sandstone whisper. So she hunted like a bloodhound, filtered listings, cross-checked county plats, triple verified the deed. When she found this place on Maple Ridge Lane, quiet cul-de-sac, 100-year oaks, 0 covenants. It felt like the universe winking at us. We poured everything in savings. My year-end bonus. The leftover cash from selling my folks' old bungalow up in Marietta. Mom and Dad always said they wanted grandkids, filling a big house with noise. Guess we were making good on that promise. Moving weekend was pure chaos in the best way. Friday I called in every favor since junior year prom. Buddies showing up with pickups and pizza promises. The house sat empty, but buzzing with possibility. Bare hardwood. Blank walls. That new paint smell that says fresh start. By Saturday noon we'd hauled twice what we planned. Sweat dripping. High-fiving like idiots. Adulthood suddenly feeling less like taxes and more like backyard campfires. Then the black Escalade nosed into our driveway. Slow as a shark. And out stepped this woman, perfect blowout. Coral blazer. Clipboard clutched like a shield. Heels clicking on my concrete like she already owned it. "Morning," she chirped. Voice sweet enough to rot teeth. "I'm Valerie Pratt, president of the Maple Ridge Preserve Owners Alliance." I had a box spring balanced on my shoulder. Laughed out loud, thought it was a prank. "Cool story, lady. Hands are full. Maybe come back never." She didn't blink. "I'll need your closing docs and the $10,000 new resident integration fee." The box spring almost slid off. 10 grand. To live in my own house. She tilted her head. "Syrupy. Sweetie. Your lot of butts are managed green space automatic inclusion under our amended perimeter clause." My buddy Derek muttered. "Suburban colonialism. Bro." And I swear I felt the first knot twist in my gut. I told her flat out no. Asked her nicely to leave. She planted those heels like roots. "I'll wait right here until compliance." 20 minutes later, she's still statue still at the edge of the driveway while we lug dressers past her. I dial 911. Explain some strangers extorting cash on my property. Dispatcher says patrol in 30. Valerie just smiles. Calling the cops on a volunteer doing civic duty, how fragile. Cops finally roll up with iced lattes. She's already peeled out. They take my statement. My phone video. Her plate shrug. Say HOA turf wars are civil. Slow. Messy. File a report. But don't hold your breath. That night Jenna and I sat on the bare living room floor, surrounded by boxes. Her jaw tight. "She's not done," Jenna whispered. I nodded. Already tasting metal. Weeks slid by. Almost normal. Mason learning bike circles without eating mailbox. Harper naming every squirrel like Pokemon, but I kept waiting for the other shoe. Met the neighbor across the street. Todd. Ex-military IT guy who waters his lawn with a laser level. Over a beer he goes, "You met Val yet? She's been trying to swallow the whole ridge for years." Pushes folks out. Flips the houses to her developer buddy at Oakmont Holdings. Turns out 2 doors down. The Garcias got the same shakedown. Fines for a shed 6 inches too close. Sold in 6 months flat. Todd's got ring cams on every eave, document everything. Man, she hates receipts. Then the first letter showed up wedged in the doorframe at 2 a.m. Thick cream envelope. Gold foil crest. Demanding 15 grand now. Immediate integration or daily penalties. I laughed so hard I woke the dog. Next morning Jenna and I tore through county records, plat maps. Tax rolls. Closing disclosures, every pixel screaming we're free and clear. Still, truth don't stop bullets. I drove to the sheriff's substation. Filed harassment and attempted extortion. Asked about my original police report. Clerk frowns closed. No follow-up. Like it never happened. That afternoon, we hired Rachel Kim, attorney who eats HOAs for breakfast. She leans back. Boots on desk. You're not the first. Won't be the last, but we're about to make you the last she messes with. Rachel digs. Finds Valerie moonlighting as an independent assessor for Oakmont, pocketing 5-figure commissions every time a non-HOA house flips into the fold. Forged signatures on amendment votes. Backdated filings a slow-motion land grab dressed up in potluck politeness. We slap cameras on every corner. Cloud backups. Motion alerts pinging my phone like angry bees. Then the whistleblower email lands burner account. No name. Check your Thursday noon footage. She's not delivering mail. She's planting forgeries. Sure enough. Valerie creeping mailbox to mailbox. Slipping envelopes. Knocking. Retrieving later like a reverse Santa. We forward everything Rachel. The DA. A reporter named Miguel who smells blood. County hits them with an emergency cease and desist. Freezes every expansion. Valerie retaliates hard. 2 goons in matching polos show up at dawn. Built like refrigerators. One cracking knuckles like we owe protection money. Final notice pay, or we pursue physical enforcement. I shut the door. Call sheriff. Then text the group chat. 10 minutes later, Todd. Derek. Half the cul-de-sac roll up with lawn chairs and coffee instant block party. Deputies arrive. Review footage. Escort the goons off with a warning that sounds a lot like a promise. DA calls that afternoon. Mail fraud. Coercion. RICO whispers. Be ready to testify. Court day felt less like law and order. More like a tense family reunion nobody wanted. Valerie in a navy suit. Face Botox frozen. Lawyer sweating through his collar. Rachel lays out the timeline, altered plats glowing red on the projector. My driveway video looping Valerie's smug influence zone speech. Forged votes from people who moved to Florida in 2019. Judge doesn't flinch. Just raises an eyebrow that could slice bread. Defense begs continuance denied. Settlement denied harder. Assets frozen. Valerie booted from the board. Search warrant for her McMansion. She finally looks at me across the aisle. Mask on. Just hollow. I didn't smile, too tired for gloating. 2 months later, we threw the housewarming. We deserved string lights. Smoker going. Kids cannonballing into the above-ground pool yelling, we own the block. Neighbors I barely knew brought casseroles and stories how Valerie fined a widow for holiday lights past January 3rd. How another family sold after fake lien threats. One guy hugged me so hard my ribs creaked. You gave us our street back. Last we heard. Valerie's house is listed, turns out her own garage violated setback rules, she wrote. Oakmont pulled every pending deal in the county. Miguel's expose hit the local news. Comments section on fire. Jenna and I sat on the porch swing that night. Crickets loud. Sky full of stars we actually own a slice of. She asked. Think it's really over? I looked at the glow from the windows. Mason's bike abandoned mid-circle. Harper's chalk art glowing under the motion light. Over. I said. No, it's just ours now. So hey. Drop your own HOA horror story below. Ever get fined for the wrong color doormat? Ever fight City Hall and win? Or do you think some rules keep the peace? Smash that like if you'd have waved at Valerie like a psycho too. Subscribe for more real-life battles. And let's argue in the comments because nothing says community like a good old-fashioned comment war.